Hola everyone, Vince here, and today in this video, I'm going to be doing a video on whether you should get the iPhone over the iPod Touch, or the iPod Touch over the iPhone. Specifically, the question that I received was, Vince, what are the differences between iPhone and iPod Touch? I don't care what the extra features like the Retina display or processor speeds, I just want to know the basic differences between these two devices. And can you do it in a nutshell, please? Thank you. Alright, so let's just get right down to it since she wants me to do it in a nutshell. The one on the left is the iPhone, the one on the right is the iPod Touch. So what are the basic differences? Well, the one on the left is a phone. It's called the iPhone, and it does what any other phone can do. It has a phone functionality to make and receive calls, messages functionality to make and receive SMS and MMS messages, and it can take photos, and it can take video. That's what a basic cell phone has, and the iPhone is no exception. The iPod. Anything the iPhone can do, the iPod can do, with the exception of those three features that I just talked about. The iPod Touch can't make and receive phone calls because it's not a phone, can't make and receive SMS and MMS messages because it's not a phone, and as of June or July 10th, 2010, there is no camera on the iPod Touch, but that may change in the next revision in September 2010. There are many rumors about that, but I'm not going to believe it until I see it. So, iPod and iPhone. Same thing, except for the three features only found on the iPhone. But other than that, they're both running the same operating system, iOS 4. As of July 10th, 2010, that is the most current version OS you can own on these devices, iOS 4. Networks and connection. With both of these devices, you can connect the internet with Wi-Fi. But with the iPhone, you can also connect via the cellular network. And the cellular network in the US is AT&T, that's the exclusive network for the iPhone. In Canada, it's Rogers. In the UK, it's O2, I believe. And in many other countries, there's many different providers. So the iPhone can connect by Wi-Fi, and if you don't have a Wi-Fi connection, it can connect through the cellular network. With the iPod, you can only use your iPod with Wi-Fi. This thing only has a Wi-Fi antenna, while the iPhone has a Wi-Fi antenna and a cellular antenna. So that's why when you go on the road, and you try to check your email on the road when there is no Wi-Fi, you can't check your email because you don't have a connection. Most of the main apps on the iPod Touch are useless when you're not in a Wi-Fi network. With the iPhone, if you have coverage at where you're at, you can access all your internet apps via the cellular network if you're not connected via a Wi-Fi internet connection. Let's go down to pricing now. Pricing. With the iPod, there's an 8GB model, a 32GB model, and a 64GB model. The prices respectively are $199, $299, and $399. With the iPhone, there's also three models: the 8GB version, the 16GB version, and the 32GB version. Prices respectively are $99, $199, and $299. Now you might be saying, Vince, the 8GB iPod Touch is $199. The 16GB iPod Touch is $199. So that means the iPhone is the better investment, huh, Vince? Wrong. When Apple says that the price of an iPhone is $99, $199, or $299 for the phone, it's not true. It's not. There's many different reasons why. You need to sign up for a 2-year contract with a data plan, which can either cost $15 or $25 using AT&T. I don't know about the prices in Canada and in the UK, but in the US, $15 or $25 for a data plan, and various pricing for minutes using the iPhone. With the iPod, you just buy the iPod, and you're done. You use it, and you'll never have to pay another cent for your iPod, because you already paid for it. With the iPhone, you're stuck in a 2-year contract. You have to pay data plans for 2 years, and you have to pay for a voice plan for 2 years. The iPhone, I did the math, is about a $1,000 investment, more or less, depending on your data plan and depending on your voice plan as well. Now, you might be saying, Vince, can I cancel within year 1 and year 2? So let's just say I want to use my iPhone for 1 year. Can I cancel after 1 year? No. If you cancel, you're going to have to pay a termination fee of, I think it's $200. So the iPhone is an expensive investment. The iPod Touch is not. The iPod Touch is simply 200, 300, and 400 bucks, while the iPhone can be up to 1,500 or more. So, in a nutshell, that's the difference between iPhone and iPod Touch. Anything the iPhone can do, the iPod Touch can do, with the exception of the iPod not able to receive calls, receive messages, take photos, take video, receive phone calls, receive SMS and MMS. And that's basically it. Anything the iPod Touch can do, the iPhone can do. Those are the differences, in a nutshell, the basic differences between iPhone and iPod Touch. You do the math, you see what you want to use your device for, and ultimately, it's your choice of what device you want to buy.